Time of CSC TV. Now guys, it is a Sunday and I wasn't actually going to upload today because, yeah, it's not an upload day because it's not like a preview or a review for anything. But guys, I just wanted to basically sit here and talk to you guys on my channel. I feel that it's needed for sure, and I'm just going to be real. I'm going to be honest. It could come across as controversial to some of you guys. I wanted to live stream it because I'm probably going to talk for quite a while, and then obviously it'll just go live and everyone can watch it after it's gone live. And I will get in the comments below, guys, so whether when it's live, comment, when it's gone live, comment, and I'll get back to you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna make this video. It could come across in many different ways to different people. Some of you guys will agree with some of the points I make, some of you guys will disagree with some of the points I make, because football's all about opinions, and I'm just going to be real in this, guys, to be honest. So yeah, basically I feel on my channel that I do reviews and previews, and it's singled down to one game. So it's a preview for a game and a review of a game, a preview for a game, a review of the game. And this is going to be an overview of the season so far, because I feel that I talk narrowly. Love your passion for CSE, thank you. I feel as though I talk narrowly about football. I feel that I'll do a review and a preview, and I want to talk wider on the scale of things. So that's what I'm going to do now. Now guys, I'm going to talk about the season from Burnley at home, the first game of the season up until now, and all the competitions. The Premier League, Football League Cup and Champions League. Now obviously the FA Cup's to come, so we won't worry about that now. Now guys, I'm going to talk about the first game of the season. I've got lists of what I'm going to talk to you guys about. Yeah, I'm literally going to talk about all the games we've had so far this season. I'm going to talk about the players, and I'm also going to talk about Conte and the next games to come. So guys, yeah, let's start off with Burnley at home. So our season got off to a really bad start, didn't it? I mean, losing to Burnley on our first game of the season kind of set up where we were at. It won't be forgotten. Yeah, you could say it was just a blip, and we've got all these games coming now, and you could say it's been forgotten about, but at the end of the day, the first game of the season wasn't good enough, and that's set up our season, guys. We had 2 players sent off in that game, and we lost to Burnley. Burnley, guys. No disrespect to Burnley, but we lost to Burnley on our first game of the season. Now, I feel as though that set us up for the season. It certainly wasn't good enough. It showed where we were at for this new season. It couldn't have got off to a worse start. Now, that was kind of characterised by the fact that we won Tottenham 2-1 at Wembley, because obviously we took on Spurs and we won. Now that game kind of covered over the marking of Burnley. It was only a 2-1 win, but everyone was like, you know what, it's 3 points. We've won Tottenham, we're back to winning ways. Now, that was a lucky result. It was a very intense game. It really was. It wasn't like a, yes, we smashed Spurs. It was a lucky win, and that's all it was really. And we bounced back from Burnley, because obviously we knew that that was not good enough. So that was the first 2 games of the season. So we had 1 loss and 1 win. And I suppose I kind of dragged it up to the fact, yeah, but we've won Spurs, we've lost against Burnley, we must be doing alright if we've won a big team like Spurs. And then obviously we won Everton 2-0 at home. Now, I was actually at that game at Stamford Bridge. It was a sunny day in London, and yeah, it couldn't have gone better, the result. 2-0 was a good win. Now, yeah, you could say that's 3 points again against the side Everton. Again, guys, like, that was a lucky win. I mean, when I was sat there at Stamford Bridge, I walked out the ground thinking, yeah, 3 points, but it was a rubbish game of football. Like, there was no excitement in it. There was no, what's the word? There was no enthusiasm threaded throughout the game. It was a win and that was it. We got the job done. We got 2 goals. Morata and Fabregas obviously scored. And people would say, but Emery, it was a win. Why are you complaining? But it wasn't a good game of football. It was just another lucky game of football against the Everton side that, again, have been really poor this season. Everton have been, no offence to them, but obviously Ronald Koeman got sacked. Again, that was a lucky win, and Everton weren't in their best shape, should we say, because they lost against us, obviously, and the side wasn't obviously happy with the managerial situation, and yeah, they were just generally bad altogether. So it was a win. But yeah, again, it just, I came out the ground thinking, yeah, 3 points, but it wasn't an enjoyable game of football. It wasn't like exciting and enthusiastic. It was just job done. There was no passion and excitement throughout the game. It was just literally 2 goals banged in, and it was quite lacklustre throughout. And then obviously we took on Leicester away. Again, it was just a sloppy 2-1 win. It was nothing. Again, yeah, people say, Emma, but it was a win. We got 3 points. But it was 2-1. Like, we struggled to keep clean sheets. Yeah, 2-1 win against Leicester away. I mean, as reigning champions, yes, Leicester did win the league, but as reigning champions, you should be coming more away from the King Power Stadium with more than a 2-1 win against Leicester. And then obviously we took on Qarabag at home. Now I kind of suppose that this was a smooth spot for Chelsea fans. People were thinking, yeah, well, the season's actually not maybe going as bad as we think it is. We won Qarabag 6-0, guys. Again, yeah, it was a win, but Qarabag are a side that aren't excellent. No offence or disrespect to them, but Qarabag aren't like the biggest side, and it wasn't really a challenge for us, was it? Yeah, we got the result and everyone thought we were amazing because we won 6-0, fair enough, but at the end of the day it was Qarabag. Yeah, that's enough said. It was the Champions League, we did what we had to do, but again, it was Qarabag. I think sometimes you've got to look at the opposing side. It didn't necessarily show how good we were as a team. Yeah, we set up well and we won, but at the end of the day, 6-0, brilliant, yeah, Champions League, woohoo. We've got the result, but again, we lacked that enthusiasm throughout, and yeah, no guys, actually I'm wrong in saying that. We did have enthusiasm throughout to win Qarabag 6-0, but at the end of the day, it was a 6-0 win against a side that are very poor. And then we obviously moved on to Arsenal. Now, this was a result that frustrated so many Chelsea fans. I actually listened to it on the radio that day because I was actually travelling home from somewhere from like a weekend away. So I didn't actually watch the game visually. I was listening to it on the radio. And obviously it was 0-0. Now, that game was just frustrating to listen to. Individual performances were good from obviously like Hazard and Bakayoko, but yeah, it was a 0-0. It's just, well, that says enough in itself, doesn't it? And then we obviously took on Notts Forest at Stamford Bridge in the Football League Cup and won 5-1. Now, we didn't keep a clean sheet, unfortunately, but again, it was against a poor side, and we looked good, obviously, because it was against a poor side. We're obviously going to look good against sides like Qarabag and Notts Forest when they're not like massive, brilliant, world-class signings in the side, aren't we? We're obviously going to look good against sides like that. It's like obviously like a championship side coming to play Chelsea. Of course Chelsea are going to outplay them with the world-class players they've got in the team. But again, we looked good from a Notts Forest side that's, again, quite poor. So I'm not complaining about them results because, yeah, we got the jobs done. So, yeah. And then Stoke, right, let's talk about Stoke. This is a result that I definitely want to highlight. Now, I was buzzing after the Stoke result. We played good, fluent football. Morata obviously got a hat-trick. we played very well against Stoke for absolute certain. That was a game that I will remember from this season, and it was one of my favourite games so far. And obviously we kept a clean sheet. That was one game we did keep a clean sheet in, and that was a very, very good result. A 4-0 win against a Stoke side that are very poor though. Again, like, that 4-0 win looked amazing on us, but again, Stoke are very poor this season. And to be fair, guys, like, the way Stoke are actually going, Stoke could get even relegated. It's that bad for them this season. Like, Man City thrashed them 7-2, we won them 4-0. That was the game that I will give us a credit and say we played well in, for sure. But again, it's a poor Stoke side. We shouldn't feel, oh yeah, amazing, because it's 3 points that we'd expect to get. And then obviously we took on Atletico. Now, this was a result that made me very, very happy, and every other Chelsea fan happy. We obviously won Atletico Madrid away, and we couldn't have done any better. We won 2-1, and we couldn't have asked for any more. It was an amazing result, and we played such good football. That was a game that I felt we played so well. We dominated the game, we tried hard, we put the passion in, we wanted to get a result out of the game, we did. And to go away to Atletico Madrid and win such a tough game after our season had so many ups and downs really showed our character. We couldn't have asked for any better out of that game. And then obviously we took Man City on in Stamford Bridge. Now again, this was a result that was appalling. It was absolutely appalling. We lost 1-0 against Man City. Now, fair enough, Man City are doing really well this season, and 1-0's not like, oh yes, they've completely thrashed us, but again, Man City aren't doing brilliantly this season. Sorry, Man City are doing really well this season, but again, we're not doing well this season. That proved that we can't go against these big sides and smash it. What happened from Atletico Madrid to City? What? It was literally one game. One game. Atletico, we won. Then Man City, we lost. Why? Like, what went wrong there? I will never ever know. It went downhill completely. Like, we can't go from really playing so well against Atletico Madrid, a really hard away ground to go to then suddenly lose against Manchester City at home. Like, we're on home ground. We should be able to win our home games, or at least get a draw against Man City. Now, we would have maybe took losing against Man City if it was maybe another season, but how can you face that after being champions the season before? And obviously, like, the results we previously had, how can you take a 1-0 loss against Man City? You know what I mean? Like, as I said, you'd maybe be able to say, oh yeah, but Man City are doing really well this season. But again, it just shows how bad we have been. And then we took on Palace. That was just like the final show, wasn't it? Losing 2-1 against a Palace side that is sat in the bottom three of the table. Well, I'm not even really going to talk about that game, guys. I'm just going to skip that on because we don't really need to say anything about that, do we? And then 3-3 against Roma at Stamford Bridge. We were winning the game. We were actually winning the game. And they get 3-3. Like, that really shows where we were up to as a team. How can you be 2-0 up? How can you? And then it's suddenly to be 3-3. It's not good enough. And then we won 4-2 against Watford. Yeah, good result, good solid home win. We did concede goals, but again it was 3 points, and 4-2 wasn't too bad. I'm not going to complain at that. And then we get a 2-1 win against Everton in the League Cup. Now obviously that was really good, for sure. I mean, you can't complain at that. And yeah, Everton had the manager sacked, and yeah, we got a result in the League Cup. And then we won Bournemouth 1-0 yesterday at the Dean Court or Vitality Stadium, whatever you want to call it. Again, we should have gone to Bournemouth and been able to get a bigger result than we did. I mean, Bournemouth again, they're sitting down there with like Crystal Palace. They did set up in a good way yesterday. They're a good Premier League side. I mean, yeah, they might even get relegated this season the way they're going, but at the end of the day, they did put on a performance and they tried hard against us. But and I'm not going to complain because again, we got the 3 points, but we missed so many clear-cut chances in the first half. It was absolutely unbelievable how many chances we actually missed. I mean, I watched it again on Match of the Day last night after watching it yesterday, and I watched it and I just felt so frustrated. We were missing so many good chances when we could have just netted the ball. Like, so that's been our game so far this season, guys. Now, if you look at the results we have got, you can't really pick out. I can only pick out, as a Chelsea fan, out of all the games we've played so far this season, I can only pick out Stoke away and Atletico Madrid away as 2 good performances. I'm going to be honest. That's 2 good performances. That's the only 2 games I can actually pick out. Now, out of, over 15 games, I can only pick 2 out. That is really disappointing, I suppose. Everyone has their own opinions on how they felt a game went, etc, etc. But at the end of the day, that's 2 games we played really well in. So yeah, so generally looking at the results we've had in comparison to the football we played last season, it's frustrating. I mean, some people would sit here and say, Emma, we're sitting at the top of our group stage in the Champions League. We're sitting in the top 4 of the Premier League table, and we're in the Football League Cup in the next round. So people would say, Emma, what are you complaining about? What I'm complaining about is that we're not like we used to be. Last season we played good football. We won the league. Now, I suppose last season other teams were playing quite badly. I mean, you've got the likes of like Manchester City and other teams that have splashed the cash this summer. And although I'm not going to go too much into other teams like Pep Guardiola and stuff, but other teams have splashed the cash. Like, look at Jose Mourinho, for example. Pep Guardiola. Look at the teams that are high in the league. They have splashed the cash this summer, which we have done, but we haven't got enough backup options. Now, it all comes down to the root of the same problem again. We have not got enough signings. Now, talking about signings, guys, right, we obviously brought Matic out, brought Bakayoko in, Morata came in for Costa, etc, etc. All the players that we brought in are replacing players in the squad currently. They're just replacing them. Now, in my personal opinion, the signings we made were great. Absolutely great. How can you fault players like Rudiger? How can you fault Bakayoko? How can you fault Morata? You can't. All the players that we brought in were really, really good. But we need to build on that. Now, I've said this in my Q&As and stuff before. In January, we are going to have to make some signings, some very, very good signings, because the way we've gone so far this season, I just feel so frustrated about how the season's gone. And again, it's not necessarily what we've got that we're working with. You can't say that our starting 11 are bad players. They're all world-class players that are on a lot of money a week, but again, we need to build on that. We haven't got enough options. I mean, we should be able to put a different side out for League Cup games in comparison to Champions League games. We can't because we haven't got the options. Chelsea and the board, when it comes to it, are just rushing things. I mean, we left Danny Drinkwater and Zappacosta till the early hours of the morning in the transfer window. We literally signed them as soon as the deadline had closed. It was ridiculous. We need to act so quick in this January transfer window. So that's one of the issues. It's the signings. We need to build on what we've got, not get rid of any of the players we've got, because as I said, it's not necessarily the issues that lie within the players now. It's the players that we need to build upon. Now, I'm going to talk about defence. Cahill and Rudiger. Now, Cahill's our captain. Right, I'm going to be upfront and honest about Cahill. Yeah, it's something that I've never really sat down and discussed straight to the camera and talked about Cahill, and I'm gonna now. I like Cahill, right? I really do. He's our captain. He used to work good alongside like the likes of JT, etc. But the thing is, I get frustrated watching him sometimes. Now, I don't want to get frustrated watching Cahill because, as I said, he's our captain and he's in the England side, etc, etc. But when Rudiger comes in and replaces Cahill, he plays a lot better than Cahill does. Yesterday, we didn't concede goals. Is that because Rudiger started? Well, I personally think Rudiger's a really good defender. And I feel that yesterday, Rudiger was the difference in maybe us conceding a goal or not, because he tightens up the defence in the back line, like with David Luiz and Azpilicueta. It just works a lot better. No offence to Cahill, but again, Rudiger fits the defence better. We've got the likes of Christiansen. He's a really, really good defender. I would like to see him play more, to be honest. I think he's got a passion. He wants to prove his place. He wants to play in the defence. He wants to be in the starting lineup. I think Christiansen should be given more chances, really. Azpilicueta. Now, I can't fault Dave. I think Dave's a really good player. I think he was key for us last season, and again key for us this season. He obviously scored a goal the other day for us, and he is a really good player. And I mean, in comparison to David Luiz and Rudiger, they're all, it's a good solid defence, but again, we do make a lot of errors in defence, and that's why we concede so many goals. Now, I know you can't really sit here and say it's always defensive errors as to why we concede goals, because it's always a team performance. It starts from the front of the pitch, obviously, but I just feel that sometimes our defence does let us down. But yeah, that's enough about defence. I'm going on now. Now, I'm going to read out all the players, guys. So we've got Cahill, Rudiger, Azpilicueta, David Luiz. Moses is injured. Alonso, Zappacosta, Hazard, Morata, Bakayoko, Drinkwater. He's kind of starting to make it into the side, but he has been injured. Willian, Kante, again, injured. Pedro, Fabregas, Michi, Christiansen, Kennedy, Courtois, Cabello, and Padou Musonda. That's the amount of players we've got. That is the amount of players we've got at Chelsea Football Club. So how are you supposed to compete against real big sides when that's the amount of players you've got at Chelsea Football Club? Now, I'm not saying that the players we've got are an issue, because the players we've got are world class, but we need to be able to build on that. So yeah, I suppose this video, a lot of it comes down to the root of we need to make signings in January. But guys, I'm about to make a really controversial point. Some of you guys might hate me for saying this, but do you know what? I'm going to say it. I don't know the last time I watched a really, really, really good game of football from Chelsea. I honestly don't know the last time where I saw us really, really want it, guys. Like, really want it. Have so much passion, determination and drive to really, really want it, guys. Now, as a fan and as a person, I'm passionate about things. And I know when someone's passionate or not. And I really don't know the last time I saw a really good, passionate game of football as a Chelsea fan. Now, I've supported Chelsea all my life, but when I started really going to games and watching football every single time Chelsea played was 2009. And I really, really, really don't know, since then, when I've saw a really good game of football. Now in 2012, Champions League final, that's what you'd call a really good game of football. Last season, when we obviously won Tottenham 4-2 at Wembley. When we won Tottenham 4-2 at Wembley, that was a really, really good game of football. Stoke, someone's just commented, fair enough, but Stoke are a very poor side this season. Is that us just like absolutely walking the game because we're good, or is that because Stoke are so poor? Yes, we controlled that game and we played good football, but again, Stoke are poor. I mean, do you know something? The last time I watched a really, really good game of football was when, like, one of my first ever Chelsea games, when we were steamrolling teams, like 6-1. We won Wigan 6-0 away. That was when I watched a really, really good game of football, when the team was passionate. We had players like Boswinga. We had players like Kalou, Drogba. We really, really wanted to win the game. We had so much drive and passion. The players actually had heart in the game. John Terry, he controlled the back line. And I think since John Terry's gone, that's what we're missing. We're missing a real leader in the side that gives the players a bollocking. I remember when John Terry used to go in the dressing rooms after a game if we lost and just about smash up all the lockers. He cared. He had that passion for Chelsea. He knew when things were going wrong. Now, there was a picture on Twitter put on a few weeks ago now of John Terry standing in front of all the players in the dressing room and showing how much he cared, his passion. He had such an influential part in the dressing room, and that's gone now. That has gone. We're missing a player like John Terry. Lampard, John Terry, Ashley Cole, Petr Cech. We're missing players like this still, guys. Now, you can't make another John Terry, you can't make another Frank Lampard, you can't make another Ballack, you can't make another Cech, you can't make another Ashley Cole, because them players were in the history of Chelsea and were really, really good players, and you can't really recreate people like Drogba at a club, because again, they meant their heart was in Chelsea Football Club. And where's that player in Chelsea now, guys? Where is that player now anymore? Where? Now, you've got like your Azpilicueta and obviously like David Luiz, and they're players that have been here for a while. And I suppose David Luiz, one, for me, is a very important player. I love David Luiz because, again, he's been there for such a long time. He knows what it means to be Chelsea. But you look and you think, do some of these players really know what it means to be Chelsea? So, yeah. Now, someone's just said, like, this is a load of bollocks. Fair enough. Like, everyone's allowed their opinions. But how... So you're telling me that this season's been good? Like, this season has been... Yeah, we've got a few good results. How's this season been good in any way, apart from, like, getting a 4-0 win against Stoke? And, like, you can't say performances like 1-0 win against Bournemouth, 2-1 wins against Leicester are good results. You can't compare this season to last season and the football we played last season. We've lost a lot of players. We haven't replaced all them players. Now, this video is really controversial, guys. But I'm just being honest as a Chelsea fan that's been here since 2009. Now, I wasn't there when Chelsea were SBBB. Now, I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to say that I was here when obviously Chelsea were really bad in like the 90s and stuff, but in 2009 compared to now 2017 we are playing different football. Someone's just said 3 points isn't good enough, right? I'm not sitting here and saying that 3 points isn't good enough, right? 3 points is 3 points, isn't it? It goes in the league table and it sits there as points, right? And they all get added together. But you can't tell me that some of the games we've won have been good performances, right? So we win 1-0 against Bournemouth that are in the bottom half of the table. 3 points. Brilliant. Yeah, we get a result. How many clear-cut chances did we miss in the first half? Do you know what I mean, guys? Like, it's... 3 points is 3 points, and I'm not complaining about getting 3 points. A win's a win, and any Chelsea fan should be happy about a win. But it's the performance your team puts in front of you to get a result. As I said, like, yeah, that, for example, yeah, as I said, like, 2-1 against Leicester, 2-0 against Everton. These results are just lacklustre. Like, yesterday, I mean, every Chelsea fan's happy with getting a result yesterday against Bournemouth, fair enough. But, again, we lack that determination, the passion. We just need that extra something that's missing from Chelsea at the moment. Like, we know there's things up at the moment in the team. How can we say that we're smashing it at the moment? We're really not. I mean, with the results we've had recently, like, how's everyone feeling going into Manchester United? Comment down below, guys. How are you all feeling about actually going into a game against Roma away? It was 3-3 at Stamford Bridge. We take them on away. How are we feeling? But as a Chelsea fan, this is me, right? As a Chelsea fan, I want to see my team try hard. I want to see my team really, really want it. I'm wanting to see a team that has passionate players that will go from minute 1 to minute 90 and drive and drive and drive till we score. I want to see a team that is up for every challenge put in front of them. I want to see a team that really, really wants it, guys. I want to see a team that doesn't want to just get the job done. I want to see a team that wants it, has passion, has drive, wants to get 3 points and nothing less. And you can't say all them things that I've just stated have been threaded throughout our team this season. Someone just said going through a tough patch, still winning games. Yeah, we are going through a tough patch, but how is that tough patch going to lift off? It isn't. We've got to work with what we've got, but people are saying, oh, we're going through a hard time. Yeah, we are going through a hard time at the moment. For sure we are. But that hard time's going to continue. What's going to change? We've got more and more games coming up. Until we bring in more players in the January transfer window, how can we really, really expect to go any further? Now, some people are going to watch this and think, what on earth is Emma going on about? But there's a lot of problems within the team at the moment. And as I said, like, you could look at a result, you can look at a result, for example, like Stoke away, etc., and think Chelsea are winning. But if you sit in that ground like I do, or if you watch it on telly like I do, or if you listen to it on the radio, you can hear so many issues there. And I suppose you really refer to, like, live games because you really sit there and you watch the issues. And there is a lot of issues within our club, and we know there is. Now, I'm not going to be one that's going to be, like, pushing us down, because I'm an optimistic Chelsea fan. I've been talking for 35 minutes now, guys. Oh, my God. But all I'm saying is I feel that we're not like we used to be, and going into, like, Roma and Manchester United, I'm not feeling 100% confident for them games. I mean, after Palace and Roma and Bournemouth, like, yeah, some of them were wins and some of them were losses, but it's like game, guys, where you watch a game of football and you think, you know what, we played well today. I haven't said that since Stoke. And yeah, I haven't said that since Stoke and Atletico. A lot of young fans think we're gonna walk the Premier League. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're gonna walk the Premier League. If you watch my prediction at the start of the season, I said that I think we're gonna struggle this season. And again, the root of the problem is signings. But guys, I suppose in this video, I'm gonna try and bring it to an end now because I've been going on for 35 minutes. But I am trying to say, as a Chelsea fan, I want to see my team play good games of football and really, really want it. I haven't saw a good game of football, really, since, like, Atletico and Stoke. Yesterday, we played a good game of football, we tried hard, but a 1-0 win against a team like Bournemouth isn't good enough. We should be just steamrolling them, we should be just walking all over them in games like that. Because sides like Bournemouth might even get relegated this season. We need to just be smashing games like that. Like, I predicted 3-1. We should be getting results like that against teams like Bournemouth, but we're not. A 1-0 win, which we kind of did nearly struggle to get, it's just not good enough. People say the title's over 6 games in. Now, I'm not going to say that. I don't think we're going to win the league this year. I cannot see us winning the league this year. I'm not going to say that it's gone just yet. But I can't see us winning the league this year. Champions League. Now, I can't really see us winning the Champions League this year either, because the Champions League is very difficult. With teams like Real Madrid and all these big sides, we are going to struggle against them if we get far. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't see us winning that. I want to sit here and say we're going to win the Champions League. But with the performances, when we can't even win Crystal Palace, do you know what I mean? Like, let's be logical. If we can't even win like a team like Crystal Palace, where does that put us? Now, I suppose as a fan myself, I can't get over us kind of winning Atletico Madrid like that. That was a really good game. We played solid football. I can't get over us playing like that. But yeah, guys, yeah. I suppose this video is me really just being honest and saying we're not the team we were. And then some people would say, well, what do we do about it? Well, we keep trying hard and put some effort in. But there's players like Masonda and players that actually want to play and put some heart in. Now, I'm not going to say anyone that isn't putting heart in, because I do think the Chelsea players do try hard and there is heart there. But players like Masonda, like, they really want it, guys. They want to get in the team lineup. They know what it's like to be Chelsea. Now, I don't know what John Terry and players like that will look upon Chelsea now and actually think. Like, how will John Terry feel? I mean, if John Terry was here this year, would things be different? Having a leader in the dressing room that really wants it for Chelsea. I just feel as though we're lacking something at the moment, guys, and I don't really know what it is. I think it's definitely signings. We need to tighten that up in January. But how's everyone feeling going into the transfer window? Because I'm not feeling very confident for it. We didn't smash it in summer with the transfer window. So yeah. Someone's just said John Terry was there when we finished 10th. Yeah, John Terry was there when we finished 10th. But John Terry was a leader and a legend in the dressing room, and it's as simple as that. Yeah, Masonda maybe isn't good enough, but he shows some heart when he's playing. He has passion. He wants to win the game. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. But yeah, I've been talking for 40 minutes. Oh dear. But guys, yeah, I'm just gonna finish this video by saying I am a Chelsea fan through and through. I am a die-hard Chelsea fan. Everyone knows that. I'm a Chelsea girl through and through. I'm Chelsea obsessed. All a Chelsea fan is asking for is for the team to put some effort in, play like they want it, and really want the game. And we're just lacking something at the moment, and I don't know what it is. Now, it's going to be an interesting couple of months. This week especially, I feel, is going to test us this coming week. We've got Roma and Manchester United. They're two games that we're going to see where we're up to and see what stage we're at. So I suppose we'll kind of sit down after that and we'll see where we're at. We haven't got it easy at the moment. We are struggling. We let a lot of players out in the transfer window, and we are struggling even for numbers at Chelsea. Like, yeah. So guys, I'm just saying that as a Chelsea fan, I feel frustrated. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. Things are not right in the Chelsea dressing room. I suppose you can bypass the result and kind of swoop things out, but it needs to be said. You can't lose against teams like Crystal Palace. Now, I suppose some people will kind of look and say, Emma, forget about Crystal Palace. But you can't forget about Crystal Palace when that shows where we're up to. So yeah, so as I said, we've got Roma and Man United. It's going to be two very hard games. We have got it tough for the next couple of months coming up, and it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But all I'm saying is, and this to kind of capitalise the video, well, we're missing something at the moment, and it isn't there. We are missing something, and we're not like we were. Yeah, we're just really not like we were, guys, to be honest. So yeah, Sky, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. But yeah, it's just that heart and that passion. I miss them days when like we were like walking teams like Wigan and stuff. And I know I've said it, but I am missing games like that when we were just walking it and just going for it. For sure. And we're just not like that. We're not that team anymore. And I just feel as though I think it's also, it's that bit of passion, that bit of lacklustre passion. It's just not there at the moment. And we need to get it back and quick, guys. So yeah. So guys, yeah, I was just going to give you my thoughts. I know it's been a 45-minute video, but I'm just saying, guys, out of all this video, I just feel we're lacking something at the moment, and it's breaking us, really. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. As I said, I know this video is going live, but comment down below and I will get back at you guys. But all this video is kind of saying is that we're just not Chelsea at the moment, and I really hope we smash Roma this week and Man United and get back on track. I just feel as though we're lacking something at the moment, and as I said, I don't know what it is. And I really hope it doesn't break us, because we're not the Chelsea we were. And we need to get that back, guys. Now, some of you might be watching this thinking, what on earth is Emma going on about? But trust me, I know what I'm talking about, guys. And I honestly just feel we're just lacking something, guys. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to end this video now, but all I'm saying is we are lacking something. So guys, my next video will be tomorrow. It'll be my Roma preview. I'm really nervous about the Roma game, but yeah, tune in for that tomorrow. And all I'm saying is, yeah, we're lacking something. We need to just, I don't know, guys. We're just lacking something. And it's very worrying at the moment up the Chelsea. Thanks.